Listen to me very carefully. Right now, at this very moment, you're making a choice that will determine whether you spend the rest of your life as a respected individual or just another nice guy that everyone walks all over. And I'm going to tell you something that might hurt your feelings, but I don't care about your feelings. Nice guys finish last. You want to know the difference between being nice and being respected? Nice guys say please and thank you while getting their lunch money stolen. Respected men take what's theirs. Let me paint you a picture of the average nice guy. He wakes up at 8 a.m., hits the snooze button 3 times, drags himself to a job where his boss doesn't respect him, comes home to a woman who doesn't desire him, and goes to bed wondering why life is so unfair. Sound familiar? This man thinks that being polite, agreeable, and accommodating will somehow magically transform him into a success. Wrong! Now let me tell you about the respected man. He wakes up at 5 a.m., not because he has to, but because he chooses to dominate his day before the world even opens its eyes. He doesn't ask permission. He doesn't apologize for his ambitions, and he sure as hell doesn't care if people like him or not. He cares about results. You see, there's a fundamental misunderstanding in our society about what creates attraction, success, and power. You've been fed this lie that being nice will get you everything you want. That's garbage. Nice doesn't build empires. Nice doesn't create millionaires. Nice doesn't make women weak in the knees. Respect does all of that. What is respect? Respect is earned through action, not intention. Respect is built through consistency, not convenience. Respect comes from being a man who does what he says he's going to do when he says he's going to do it, regardless of how he feels in the moment. I want you to think about the most successful person you know personally. Not some celebrity, not some Instagram influencer, someone you actually know. Now ask yourself, is this person primarily known for being nice or for being respected? I guarantee you it's the latter. They might be kind, they might be generous, but above all else, they are respected. Here's what separates the wolves from the sheep: the ability to say no. Nice guys can't say no. They can't say no to extra work without extra pay. They can't say no to friends who only call when they need something. They can't say no to women who use them for emotional support while sleeping with men who actually have boundaries. Respected men have boundaries. They have non-negotiables. They have standards that they will not compromise regardless of the consequences. And you know what happens when you have real boundaries? People respect you for it, even if they don't like it. Let me give you some hard numbers that might wake you up. Studies show that 73% of nice guys earn significantly less than their more assertive counterparts in the same positions. Why? Because they don't negotiate. They don't demand what they're worth. They accept whatever scraps are thrown their way and say thank you with a smile. Meanwhile, respected men, the top 10% of earners in any field, they don't ask for raises, they demand them. They don't hope for promotions, they take actions that make promotions inevitable. They don't wait for opportunities, they create opportunities. And let's talk about relationships, because this is where the nice guy delusion really falls apart. Nice guys think that buying flowers, opening doors, and agreeing with everything a woman says will make her fall in love with them. Wrong again. What actually creates attraction? Challenge, mystery, standards, respect. A respected man doesn't chase women, he attracts them. He doesn't beg for attention, he commands it through his presence. He doesn't change himself to fit into someone else's idea of perfect. He improves himself to become his idea of excellent. But here's where most of you will fail, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because transforming from a nice guy into a respected man requires something that most people simply don't have. Discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done when you don't want to do it. It's waking up at 5 a.m. for 1,000 consecutive days to work on your goals while everyone else sleeps. It's saying no to the party so you can say yes to your dreams. It's choosing the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. Nice guys want respect, but they're not willing to do the work required to earn it. They want the results without the process. They want the destination without the journey. That's not how life works. Let me break down what the next 365 days look like if you choose the path of respect over the path of being nice. For the first 90 days, you're going to feel uncomfortable. People are going to test your new boundaries. They're going to try to guilt you back into being the pushover you used to be. Don't break. Days 91 through 180, you'll start seeing results. People will begin treating you differently. Your boss will start listening when you speak. Women will start noticing your confidence. Friends will start respecting your time. But this is where most people get comfortable and stop pushing. Don't be most people. Days 181 through 365, this is where the magic happens. This is where respect becomes your reputation. This is where opportunities start flowing toward you instead of away from you. This is where you realize that being liked is insignificant compared to being respected. But let me be crystal clear about something. This transformation requires sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice some friendships with people who only valued you because you were easy to manipulate. You're going to have to sacrifice the comfort of always being agreeable. You're going to have to sacrifice the false security of being everyone's yes man. Are you willing to make those sacrifices? Because I'll tell you what you'll gain in return. You'll gain the respect of people who actually matter. You'll gain the attraction of high-quality partners who want a man, not a servant. You'll gain the financial success that comes from knowing your worth and demanding it. Most importantly, you'll gain respect for yourself. Time 0.5s. And that's the foundation everything else is built on. You can't expect others to respect you if you don't respect yourself. And you can't respect yourself while living like a doormat. Here's a harsh reality check. Every single day that you choose to be nice instead of respected, you're choosing mediocrity over excellence. You're choosing comfort over growth. You're choosing to be a victim of your circumstances instead of the architect of your destiny. Think about where you'll be in 5 years if you continue on your current path. Still making the same money? Still in the same unsatisfying relationships? Still wondering why life isn't fair? Is that acceptable to you? Now imagine where you could be in 5 years if you start building respect today. Imagine having the career you actually want because you had the courage to pursue it. Imagine having relationships with people who genuinely value what you bring to the table. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing a man you actually respect. The difference between these two futures comes down to decisions you make starting right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Right now. Let me give you some concrete actions you can take immediately to start building respect. First, identify the 3 biggest areas where you're currently being a pushover. Is it at work? Is it in your relationship? Is it with your family? Identify them. Second, set clear boundaries in those areas within the next 48 hours. Not suggestions, not requests, boundaries. Non-negotiable standards for how you will and will not be treated. Third, start saying no to things that don't serve your goals. If it doesn't make you money, make you stronger, or make you smarter, say no. Your time is your most valuable asset. Stop giving it away for free to people who don't deserve it. Fourth, invest in yourself relentlessly. Read books that challenge your thinking. Take courses that upgrade your skills. Hire coaches that push you beyond your comfort zone. Level strong, become undeniably valuable. Fifth, surround yourself with people who already command respect. You become who you spend time with. If you're hanging around with complainers, excuse makers, and mediocrity acceptors, guess what you're going to become? Find the wolves and learn from them. But here's what I really want you to understand. This isn't about becoming an asshole. Respected men can be kind, generous, and helpful. The difference is they choose when, where, and how to express these qualities. They're not kind because they're afraid of conflict. They're kind because they choose to be from a position of strength. Nice guys are kind because they have to be. Respected men are kind because they want to be. Do you see the difference? One comes from fear, the other comes from power. Let me tell you about the compound effect of respect. When you start commanding respect in one area of your life, it bleeds into every other area. When you start respecting yourself at work, you'll start respecting yourself in relationships. When you start respecting yourself in relationships, you'll start respecting yourself financially. It's all connected. Conversely, when you accept disrespect in one area, you'll accept it everywhere. That's the nice guy trap. They think they can compartmentalize being a pushover, but life doesn't work that way. You're either someone who commands respect or you're not. I want to address something that might be going through your head right now. You might be thinking, but what if people don't like me anymore? Let me ask you this. How's being liked working out for you so far? Has it made you wealthy? Has it made you happy? Has it given you the life you actually want? The truth is, most of the people who like you now don't actually like you. They like what you do for them. They like that you're predictable. They like that you don't challenge them. They like that you're useful. When you start commanding respect, you'll lose some of these people. Volume at you aloud. Good. They were parasites anyway. But you'll gain something far more valuable, genuine relationships with people who value you for who you are, not what you do for them. Here's a truth that might shock you. Respected people often have fewer friends than nice guys, but they have better friends. They have fewer relationships, but stronger relationships. They have less surface-level acceptance, but more deep-level respect. Now, let's talk about the financial implications of this choice. Nice guys work for money. Respected men make money work for them. Nice guys accept whatever salary is offered. Respected men negotiate for what they're worth. Nice guys save for retirement. Respected men create wealth. Why? Because respect translates directly into market value. People pay premium prices for premium people. They invest in businesses run by people they respect. They promote employees who command respect. Respect is literally worth money. But here's what's really going to separate you from the pack: your willingness to be uncomfortable. Nice guys avoid discomfort at all costs. They'll take less money to avoid a difficult conversation. They'll stay in bad relationships to avoid being alone. They'll accept mediocrity to avoid the risk of failure. Respected men understand that discomfort is the price of growth. They're willing to have the difficult conversations. They're willing to risk being alone rather than settle for less than they deserve. They're willing to fail spectacularly rather than succeed at something meaningless. I'm going to give you a challenge that will immediately separate you from 90% of the population. For the next 30 days, I want you to do something that requires courage every single day. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be as simple as speaking up in a meeting, approaching someone you're attracted to, or saying no to a request that doesn't serve you. But do something every day that builds your respect muscle. Because respect, like muscle, is built through consistent resistance training. You can't build it overnight, but you can build it over time if you're consistent. Let me paint you one final picture. Imagine it's 5 years from today. You're at a social gathering and someone asks what you do for a living. Do you want to mumble an answer and change the subject, or do you want to speak with pride about what you've built? Imagine you're in a business meeting and there's a disagreement about direction. Do you want to be the person whose opinion gets overlooked, or the person whose voice carries weight in the room? Imagine you're with the woman you care about and she's talking to her friends about you. What do you want her to say? Do you want her to describe you as nice? Or do you want her eyes to light up when she talks about the man you've become? These scenarios will happen whether you choose respect or nice. The only question is, which version of yourself will show up to live them? Here's the bottom line, and I need you to hear this with complete clarity. Your life will never exceed the level of respect you have for yourself. If you don't respect yourself enough to set boundaries, nobody else will either. If you don't respect yourself enough to pursue your goals relentlessly, nobody else will support them either. If you don't respect yourself enough to demand excellence from your life, you'll get mediocrity every single time. The world doesn't owe you respect. Your parents don't owe you respect. Your employer doesn't owe you respect. You have to earn it. And you earn it through your actions, your consistency, your standards, and your unwillingness to compromise on what matters most. So here's my call to action for you, and I need you to decide right now whether you're going to take it or make excuses. Choose respect over nice. Choose discipline over comfort. Choose growth over stagnation. Choose to become the man you respect instead of the man everyone likes. Start today. Start right now. Stop making excuses and start making changes that will transform your life forever.